Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colors in English. Today I will show you how to make this beautiful stitch in knitting. Only are 4 purl stitch or 4 knit stitches and 4 purl stitches. Every 4 rows I change and we have this beautiful stitch. The name maybe can be the basket stitch. It's like Burfel is in Dutch, and in English maybe now I don't remember this in English, like little cuadrados. Madison, how is the name of this square? Look, it's very nice. So now we will learn to make this beautiful stitch, and this will be a nice scarf. Soon I will give you, or I will make this pattern. So for make this pattern, I will use this jar. It's a little teeny. Maybe is for use the hooks or needles number 3 until 4 millimeters. Here I will use the needle 4,50 millimeters. Needles, agujas en español. Wool, lana en español. Yarn, hilo en español. So, welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colors in English, and we will begin. First, I will show you how you must calculate the yarn for the stitches that you must put in the needles. This stitch is 8 plus 8. So you must make 8 stitches. Oh, sorry, it's 4, 4, and 4, by example. 4, 8, and 12. If you want wider, is 8 stitches more. 12 plus 8. For what? Because I begin with this knit stitch, and if I want wider, I must finish with these 4 knit stitches. So 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Plus 8, 28. 28, 32. And here we have the 42. Or 40. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 36, 42, 43, 44, 46 stitches. I must use the, always I must make plus 8 stitches. This is for that the border is uniform. Look. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 36, 40, 44, sorry. I must check the number 4. Okay, it's 4, 8, 12, until here is 12. If I want wider, I must make 8 stitches more, that is 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 32, 34, 36, 40, and 44. Here I have 44 stitches, English. Finally, this pattern I make in Spanish, so now I make in English. So for this little pattern, I will use 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 20 stitches. So I must calculate for 20 stitches. For calculate, I will make the yarn here and I involve the needle. So here I have like 2 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 20 puntos for calculate only the yarn. From here, I let some centimeters more, and I don't let this calculated yarn, and here we make out. So here I will make 20 stitches. How I will make the stitches? In English, I think is cast on. So here I have the calculated yarn, el hilo calculado, and here I will open. I will insert the needle in the center and look from left to right in the center. And here I have 2 stitches. Like this, I will make 20 stitches. Again, I help me with my fingers and with the needle from left to right in the center. Here I have 3 stitches, 3 puntos en español. So I must make 20. This I make a little quick, but you can repeat this video. I must make my course, basic course of knitting, but in every video or pattern that I have of knitting, I show you the basic stitches. So we will make 20 stitches, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Ajá, 20 puntos. Exactly. Exacto en español. If you want wider, is 8 stitches more, plus 8 stitches. So it will be 28. We turn the needle or the knitting work and we will begin. Here I will begin with 4 knit stitches, 4 puntos derechos en español. The first stitch we insert from left to right. We bring the yarn and this yarn stay in this left needle and this go out. This is the first knit stitch. The second, from left to right, the yarn into the center of the 2 needles, the needle of the right back, and catch this yarn. 2, 3, and 4 knit stitches, 4 puntos derechos. It's very easy, this stitch we must repeat only. Now for make the purl stitch, el punto revés en español, the yarn in front, and from the right, we catch the stitch from the right to the left. And the yarn involve the needle and is in the front again. This needle back and catch the stitch. This is the first purl stitch. One, we involve the needle back and catch the yarn. This is the second. We involve the hook or the needle back and catch the yarn. 3 and 4. Now we make the yarn into the back and we will repeat the 4 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4 knit stitches. Again, yarn into the front and we will make the 4 purl stitches. 2, 3 and 4. And now for finish this row, para terminar esta hilera, I will make the 4 knit stitches. Yarn into the back, from left to right. We bring the yarn, back the needle, and we have the knit stitch. Punto derecho en español. Row, hilera en español. And ready. We finish the first row of our fantasy stitch. For me, this is a tip. When I have the yarn of the beginning in the right side, for me, this is the front of the work. And look, the reverse. It's like lines, and into the front is like canots. You can choose both, but for me, this is the front of the work. Now we turn the knitting work and I will repeat the stitches. You know that the stitches in the knitting, when here we make the knit stitch, in the reverse is the opposite, so it's the purl stitch. Now I will begin the second row, la segunda hilera, into the reverse. This is the reverse. So from the second row, I only pass the first stitch. This is for that my border is uniform. I make this in all my works. So I insert the needle from the right to the left, like the purl stitch, and I pass only. And here I begin to make the purl stitch. The needle is from the right to the left. We involve with the yarn, we back the needle and catch this yarn. So this is the second, the third, and the fourth purl stitch. Now the yarn into the back and we will make the 4 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I will make the yarn here for that is not so much the sounds. This is a live chat here with Maricita Colors in English. Now that I finished the 4 knit stitches, we will repeat the 4 purl stitches. So yarn into the front, the yarn involve, back, and pass here into the center of the stitch and catch the yarn. So this is the third and the 4 knit stitch. Now yarn into the back and I will make the 4 knit stitches. Like this, I must make 4 rows, and after this we will change the stitches. Now I find the last 4 purl stitches, yarn into the front, and we will repeat. This is my first chat or live chats from Germany. Now I am in Germany. When I finish, this is another tip. For that your border is uniform, I make like this. Return the knitting work, and you can see now the 4 knit stitches and the 4 purl stitches. The purl stitch is like a knot, and the knit is like plano. I don't know if it's the same in English. Okay, now I will repeat. We are into the front, and I will make the 4 knit stitches. The first I pass like the knit stitch. I don't make because for that my border is uniform. So now we will make second, third, and 4 knit stitches, yarn into the front, and I will repeat the 4 knit or purl stitches. This is a nice stitch that you can use in sweaters, in shawls, scarves, bags, etc. So here I make the 4 purl stitch and the last 4 knit stitches. So for that your work finish always in the knit stitch, like we begin, like here, you must make always 8 stitches more, or plus 8 stitches. We turn the knitting work. Now we are in the reverse. The yarn of the beginning is in the left side, en el lado izquierdo. Left side, lado izquierdo, en español. Okay, now we pass again the first stitch like purl stitch. And here I begin to make the 3 purl stitches. Here I find the 4 knit stitches, yarn into the back. So this video you can repeat and you can see how you must make the stitches. Here I find the purl or the knit stitches, so I will make the 4 purl stitches. And for finish, I find the 4 purl stitches. And ready. We finished these 4 rows. And now I will change the stitches where I find the 4 knit stitches, I will make the 4 purl stitches, and where I find the 4 purl stitches, I will make the 4 knit stitches. So this is all the work. So now I must make 4 purl stitches. The first we pass like purl stitch, and here I will make 3 purl stitches more, yarn into the back, and I must make the 4 knit stitches over the purl stitch. So now we change the stitches. I change the stitches in the front of the work. Now the yarn into the front, and I will make the 4 purl stitches. Always the change we must make into the front of the work. Now 4 knit stitches. Now we are in winter here in Germany. So it's very different like the last week that I was in Lima, that was summer. So I finish here with 4 purl stitches. For that my border is uniform, I always pull the yarn. We turn the knitting work and I must make all the stitches that I find. Here I find the knit stitch, the first stitch we pass, 1, 2, and 3 and 4 knit stitches, and now 4 purl stitches. Yarn into the front and we repeat. This is the second row of the work of these squares. So now I only must make 4 knit and 4 purl stitches where I find them. 4 purl stitch, and for finish I make the 4 knit stitches. And ready. Now we turn the knitting work and you can see now the difference. Now only I will make 2 rows more the same. So the first stitch I will make like purl, only I will pass, and I will continue making the purl stitches. This is the third and 4, 4. Now we make the knit stitches, 4 knit stitches. This is the third and the 4. And like this you can make until that you have the long that you prefer of a headband or maybe one scarf. Here I will make 4 knit stitches, 4 puntos derechos, knit derecho, purl revés. Now I finish with 4 purl stitches, and for that my border is uniform. And we finish the row. We turn the knitting work and we continue. Now we must make 4 knit stitches. The first we pass and I make the rest of the knit stitches. Now I must change for the purl stitches. So yarn into the front and I will make the 4 purl stitches. Yarn into the back for make the knit stitches. So it's a nice stitch and it's very easy. Here I make the 4 purl stitch, yarn into the back, and I make the last 4 knit stitches, 4 puntos derechos. This is the reverse. We turn the knitting work and now we have 4 rows of these squares. So it's 1, you can count here with the canots, with the purl stitches, like canoting, no? Or canots. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now that I am into the front, I must repeat the 4 knit stitches and the 4 purl stitches. So I will make only this last row. So now over these purl stitches, I will make the knit stitch. The knit stitch is from the left to the right. We pass the first stitch and we continue making 3 knit stitches. Yarn into the front, and over these knit stitches, we must make the 4 purl stitches. Yarn into the back, and we make the 4 knit stitches. Yarn into the front, and we make the 4 purl stitches. Yarn into the back, and we finish with 4 knit stitches. 4 puntos derechos, and ready. So this is the first row of the 4 rows that we must make until that we have the long of the works that you want to make. And here you can see the borders in my scarf. This scarf I make with these needles, round needles, I think is the name. In Spanish is agujas circulares, like circulares. And here you can see I make the same stitches. Here I have 44 stitches. This soon you will see in a pattern that I will make for a nice scarf. This is the yarn that I use. This is all the yarn. So now you learn a nice stitch, and I hope that you like. I invite you first to subscribe here in my channel, Maricita Colors in English. It's total free. Remember, activate the bell for that you can receive all the posts when I have a new video or a live chat. You can share this video if you like with your family and friends. If you like, you can give me 1 like, and you can follow in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Thank you very much to all the persons that always watch my videos, and we find us in my next crochet or knitting pattern. This is the front because the yarn is in the right side. Muchas gracias y hasta la próxima. Chao, chao.